The sea holds its secrets tightly, none more so than the SS Waratah, a ghost ship, a maritime legend. For over a century, her disappearance has baffled experts. It has tormented the families of the lost. It has fueled countless expeditions, a relentless hunt. The estimated cost? A staggering $300 million. All to find a ship that vanished. Vanished without a single trace, or so it was believed. The Waratah was no ordinary vessel. She was a queen of the ocean, dubbed by some as unsinkable. A cruel irony given her fate. She steamed into oblivion in 1909, taking 211 souls with her, passengers and crew, men, women and children. Their stories were cut short. Their final moments remain a chilling mystery, a puzzle begging to be solved. The lure of this enigma is irresistible. Many have tried to pierce the veil. Imagine the scene. A modern liner, powerful and proud, sailing on a routine course. Then, nothing. Just an empty expanse of grey, unforgiving water. The SS Waratah was a jewel of the Blue Anchor Line. Launched in 1908, she was a testament to British shipbuilding, a marvel of her time. Nearly 500 feet of steel and rivets. Designed for the demanding Australia run, she was built strong. She was built to impress. Her silhouette was sleek, powerful, a promise of safe passage, a promise of luxury across the vast oceans. She was, in every sense, a floating palace. Step aboard. Imagine the opulence, rich, dark woodwork gleaming under electric lights, plush carpets silencing every footfall, first-class cabins that rivaled the finest London hotels, grand dining saloons, comfortable smoking rooms, libraries stocked with the latest novels. For her wealthy passengers, this was travel in unparalleled style. Industrialists returning from colonial ventures, families embarking on new lives, adventurers seeking fortune, all entrusted their lives to her. Below her polished decks, she carried more than just souls. Her holds were laden with invaluable cargo, wool, metals, and other goods from the colonies, bound for the markets of England. Whispers persisted of something more. The date was July 26, 1909, a Monday. The SS Waratah prepared to depart Durban, South Africa, her destination, Cape Town, then onwards, homeward bound for England. It was a familiar leg of her journey. The weather along the wild coast was known for its treachery. But nothing seemed out of the ordinary that day. Captain Ilbery was confident. The ship was ready. The passengers anticipated the next port of call. She steamed out of the harbour, a majestic sight against the African coastline. Smoke plumed from her single, tall funnel. Her whistle sounded a final farewell. On board, 211 souls, each with their own hopes, their own dreams, unaware of the fate that awaited them. The ship moved steadily southwards, into the vastness of the Indian Ocean. A tiny speck of humanity against an immense, indifferent power. The sea watched. The following day, July 27th, she was sighted. The Clan McIntyre, another steamer, passed her. The two ships exchanged signals. All seemed well aboard the Waratah. She was making good speed. The alarm bells clanged. The Blue Anchor Line, Lloyd's of London, the British Admiralty, all were jolted into action. The Waratah was officially missing. Search ships were immediately dispatched. They steamed into the vast, turbulent waters off South Africa. Their mission: find the Waratah, or find any clue to her fate. Hope was still alive. But it was a fragile thing against the ocean's might. The search was relentless. Ships crisscrossed the suspected area. They battled heavy seas and poor visibility. They scanned the endless waves, hour after hour, day after day, looking for anything. A lifebelt, a piece of wreckage, an oil slick, something to show that the Waratah had been there. But the ocean yielded nothing. It was as if she had evaporated into thin air. The searchers found only empty water and crushing disappointment. The scale of the initial search was immense for its era. Naval vessels diverted from their duties. Merchant ships joined the hunt. They peered into the grey swells. Their lookouts strained their eyes. Section 5. Whispers on the wind. Theories of a lost liner. In the vacuum of hard evidence, theories flourished. Wild speculation took root. The most common culprit cited was nature's raw power. A monstrous, unpredicted storm. One that could overwhelm even a large, modern liner. Or perhaps a rogue wave, a colossal wall of water, rising from the depths without warning, capable of flipping a ship, sending her to the bottom in mere minutes. The Cape of Storms has claimed many victims. Then there were the whispers about the ship herself. Was the SS Waratah fundamentally flawed? Some experts, after the fact, suggested she might have been top-heavy, prone to instability, especially if her cargo shifted in heavy seas. There were anecdotal reports from her maiden voyage, passengers feeling she was tender, that she rolled excessively. These concerns were officially downplayed, but in the aftermath they resurfaced. Haunting questions of design, more fanciful, even outlandish theories emerged. Pirates, unlikely in those waters, not against a ship of her size and speed. But in the absence of facts, anything seemed possible. A sudden, catastrophic explosion? Perhaps in her coal bunkers. Section 6. A ghostly echo. The 2019 deep sea revelation. For 110 years, the Waratah remained a ghost, a tantalizing enigma. Then, in 2019, a breakthrough. A dedicated deep sea search team, led by modern-day adventurers, armed with the latest technology. They focused their efforts on a previously overlooked patch of ocean, off the coast near Port Elizabeth, in the eastern Cape of South Africa, a region notorious for strong currents and deep waters, a place where secrets could hide. Their high-resolution sonar began to paint a picture, an electronic ghost rising from the seabed, an anomaly, large, man-made. The dimensions were eerily similar to the lost liner. Hope surged through the survey vessel. Could this be her? After all this time? After so many false dawns? The tension was unbearable. The crew held their breath. Every ping of the sonar felt like a heartbeat, a drumbeat towards discovery. Down went the ROV, a robotic explorer, plunging into the crushing blackness, kilometre after kilometre. Section 7. The Silent Tomb. An intact, eerie discovery. The images sent back by the ROV were astounding. The wreck was surprisingly intact. She sat upright on the seabed, as if she had gently settled there. Not the mangled, twisted steel one would expect from a violent end. Not the debris field of a catastrophic sinking. This was different. There was an eerie calm about her final resting place. A silent dignity in the crushing depths. The ocean had preserved her, yet hidden her. Her superstructure, though heavily encrusted, was largely recognizable. The lines of her hull, the ghostly outline of her deck features, the davits where her lifeboats once hung were empty, a stark reminder of the souls lost. But otherwise, she looked almost peaceful, as if asleep, not torn apart by a furious storm or a colossal wave. This perfect preservation was, in itself, a puzzle, a new layer to the unfolding mystery, but the most unsettling discovery was what was missing. The ship was empty. Utterly, chillingly empty. No human remains were immediately visible. None of the scattered personal belongings that usually litter a wreck of this nature. Section 8. Life After Death. The Shock of Modern Traces. The investigation continued. Meticulously, the team collected samples from the wreck, sediment from her decks, corrosion products from her hull, and crucially, any organic material they could find. They were searching for clues to her final moments, for traces of her lost passengers and crew. They expected to find relics of 1909. They were about to uncover something far more disturbing, something that belonged to the modern world. Back in the sterile environment of the laboratory, analysis began. It was painstaking work. Scientists sifted through the samples, searching for microscopic clues. Then came the results. They were not just surprising, they were explosive. Amongst the expected traces of early 20th century materials, they found something impossible, or so it seemed. They found modern deoxyribonucleic acid, DNA. Section 9. The Unfathomable Riddle. More questions than answers. This discovery changed everything. The wreck near Port Elizabeth was no longer just a lost ship found. It was potentially a scene of untold secrets. The modern DNA raised a terrifying possibility. What if the SS Waratah did not sink? In July 1909, as history recorded, could she have remained afloat, a derelict ghost ship, drifting for years, decades even, an unrecorded chapter in her already strange story? If she did not sink immediately, What became of her 211 souls? Were they rescued by an unknown vessel? Were they taken off by force? Did they meet some other, darker fate on a deserted coastline? The eerie, empty state of the wreck now took on a far more sinister hue. It wasn't just an anomaly of preservation, it was a clue. A pointer towards a narrative far more complex and disturbing than a simple sinking. The find, initially celebrated as the solution to a century-old puzzle, had morphed. It was now the epicenter of an even more profound, more unsettling enigma. The questions multiplied with dizzying speed. Who left the modern DNA? When did they visit the wreck? And why was their presence kept secret? What does this new evidence mean for the accepted story of the Waratah's tragic disappearance? History itself seemed to tremble. The $300 million hunt had indeed found a ship that matched the Waratah in many respects. But it had also prized open a Pandora's box of new mysteries. The SS Waratah, the phantom liner of the South Atlantic, refuses to yield her secrets easily. Her final voyage may not have ended in 1909. Her story, it seems, is still being written. In the cold, dark depths, the unfathomable riddle of the Waratah endures. The ocean continues to call, and the mystery deepens.